And we're live.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rob Lee from Tarot with an Attitude. This is Sherri from Intuitive Wellness. Sherri, what's your last name? I always am afraid I'm going to mispronounce it.
I know everybody does. It's Div Band.
Okay, I'm saying it right. Hey, I did something right. This is Sherri Divband from Intuitive Wellness. You can see it floating around right down there. And we want to welcome you to our show. We do a weekly show every Sunday night right now at 8 o'clock. We're fixing to formally name this. So as people start to come online, we'll see what happens and where we go. So from there, maybe what we'll do is we'll get people to help us with a name for the show or get some suggestions later as people come in. So let's see what's going on. Things seem to be a little slow right now, but we'll keep an eye out for it. So let's see. It's Sunday night, 8 o'clock. So we will see what's happening. So we're just going to proceed. You and me together, Miss Sherri.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
And I am using, so we can post this later, I'll show everybody. I love decks by Colette Baron Reid. The artwork is just always spectacular. And this is an oracle deck I'm going to use to open us up tonight, if you don't mind, called The Enchanted Map. I love this deck. It's very different. Yeah, way to go. This thing is awesome. So what we will do here is see where we're going, what's going on. We might have some people, the whole Facebook thing might be throwing some people off or whatnot, but we'll see. I am trying to see all my controls or whatnot. I don't have anybody in yet, but here we go. So the other day I was like, I already bailed. I wound up with a whole bunch of people. They were just late to the show. Here we go. Hi, Honeysuckle. There we go. Good evening. Here we go. Yeah, something's going on with my... Oh, you have to click on it. I can't click on it. That's right. You're huddling tonight.
That's right.
All right. When this is all over, I can foresee there will be a need for mass healing. Oh, we're starting right out with a question. Cool. But let's go from there. How long will the process take? 10 years? Longer? And what do you think the process of that healing will be? I've already got an answer that I've been dealing with this for a while. But we're going to open the show for those of y'all that are just coming in. I'm drawing an Enchanted Map Oracle card from Colette Baron Reid. I'm going to show this again. Hello, as everybody comes in. And we're going to try to see if this sends us in a direction. But as always, we will, we love to take y'all's questions. So we will get to Honeysuckle. We will get back to you in a minute. And so where I'm at, Heavenly Father, Mother, Spirits, Guides, please step close. Anything that comes from Sherri or I, make sure that we're giving it for the good of the people and not something that we want to hear. So mote it be. So with that being said, here we go. One of the first things I'm getting right now. All right. Come together. Look at that. Right off with Honeysuckle. This is, I think, directly in line with your question. So while I'm on a roll, if you don't care, do you mind if I kind of dive in and answer on that one a little bit from my intuitive side?
Absolutely. Let's do it. Yeah, go ahead.
This is going to take a while. We'll never fully heal from it. A lot of damage has been done. However, one of the things we have to, what do you think the process of that healing will be? Starts at home. It starts with you. I've been on this for a while now. This healing is actually going to start with each one of us revamping, relooking, and turning back to a positive vibe, getting out of the angry state, letting some of that go. Realize that some of us were played, through some crafty things through multimedia or through our media, this media, different things. So that's going to be the thing. So one of the things I've been telling people, what is key is you have to start thinking for yourself. Start using that intuition that you were given and start making sure you're in tune and getting up every morning with a good positive and high vibration attitude. Sandra, hi guys. Good evening. Bridget, hey, what's happening? Charlene, the Quantum Super Channel. Hi, everyone. And thank you for that. So with that being said, Sherri, what I'm going to do is, what is the biggest challenge facing us in healing? So I'm going to ask that question, and I'm using my Sun and Moon deck, okay? Strength, the strength to do it. You know, we're talking about a change. You're talking about shifting the way a lot of people have thought for the past few months. And what I'm saying is it takes some guts to sit down and look at this and say, we've been misled. I fell into it. It's okay. Millions of other people did too. We have to wake up. I have to free think. Anything that's driving me to that low, angry, negative vibration, I have to be in check with it, and it's time to come out of it. So that's where the healing starts, and people can see the healing with us. Sherri.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. There's a lot of individual healing that needs to happen right now. That's really how a lot of the people that I'm working with right now, because everyone's so overwhelmed, they don't know where to start. You know, they want to heal relationships, they want to heal traumas, they want to do a lot of different things. They want to help their family, they want to help their children. And the biggest advice I could give people right now is work on yourself, because through that process, you'll be able to raise the frequency enough that you will be a better vessel to help others. And so the easiest thing people can do right now in this healing process is forgiveness, and it is a lot of it has to do with forgiving yourself too. It's not just about forgiving others; it's forgiving yourself for things that you've done in the past, or things that you wish you had done, or mistakes that you've made. You know, letting it. It's about letting it go. Let the weight go, because our emotions have energy attached to that, and that energy sits and causes our vibration to go up and to down and go down. And as we are going through this healing process, undoubtedly our vibration is going to go down, because we are healing and we are releasing all of these emotions. And with that mindset of being mindful of that process, you can instantly raise it back up just by having an awareness of it and allowing the process to happen. Some people might get sick physically. Some people will have emotional roller coaster type experiences. And I encourage people not to fight it and just let it go and let it flow out. And the process will be much easier. But I agree with Rob. This is going to take some time, because this is deep rooted healing that needs to happen. The trauma, the mind control, the programming. I mean, imagine if it's taken your whole life to program you, how much time it could take people to deprogram. So it could be quite quick for some people, and then others are going to take a lot of time. Looks like you just picked a card, Rob.
Yes, I did, because then I asked, and it's funny, while you were speaking, and I might need to get you to stop your ticker. I want you can you edit it and just take it off a scroll across the screen? Because if it's still, it doesn't cause me a problem, but it's hicking up I don't know why it is, but it's an important. So just click the little pencil and tell it to not scroll and put her back up there. Honeysuckle, one of the things too we were talking about is those are the problems, how it is. And I asked, what's the next step then? What do we need to move on? And what I got is the 8 of Cups. We got to leave a lot of shit behind. Putting it bluntly, it's just the way it is. We've got to learn to walk away from some of the other stuff. Yeah. And that we swallowed and let go of the anger. It is time. This book is over. This page is turned. It did not turn out the way a lot of the people wanted it, and the way a lot of people were led to believe. And I believe the whole thing was used to disrupt the election and get us fighting amongst each other. It wasn't just the Republicans fighting against the Democrats. Now it was the Republicans fighting against Republicans. So it was a successful campaign to get people divided. Okay. And that's what. So, are you going to put your HempWorks back up, but not with the ticker on? Because I want to.
I will.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was intrigued by what you were saying, and so I got distracted.
That's okay. That's okay. We're going to do a lot of card flipping tonight. So y'all stay ready. Okay. Charlene, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for everyone that's joined us. We got a bunch of people in here. I wanted to scroll back because there was a good question here after Honeysuckle. Suzanne had a question. She's using, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but she's using the emotion code method, which I'm a big fan of, to help release trapped emotions. And she's wondering how long it will take her to finally release those emotions.
Okay. I'm not really familiar with the emotion code, so you might need to explain it a little bit, but let's ask. And here, I'm going to pull another deck. I'm going to go back to my Legacy of the Divine deck. I haven't used it in a while. Okay. And what I'm going to ask is basically, I like the what do you need to knows. The Suzanne, we're going to ask, what do you need to know about how long it's going to take? I don't like giving dates because it could be unclear. People get locked in and then it's right, wrong, and it's off, things like that. Plus, there's so many things that can change, so many variables that if you change different things, what's happening now may not be right. But here's what you need to know. And what I'm getting real quick is it's going to happen, but this takes time. One of the things I deal with in emotions on my clinical side, the MSW means Masters of Social Work, y'all. And what I deal with a lot of people is you have to understand your emotions come from your subconscious, which, like Sherri said, is pre-programmed. It's through our training, through our life training, what we've been through, our experiences. It takes physical action to retrain that. And that's a mindfulness method. It's different things. So for this to start happening and not to be a trigger for you, it is going to take some practice. It can be done. If you stay faithful to the practice and what's going on, I think you'll be done with it at least within this year, or see a great big deal of moving on. Queen of Coins. One of the things you are going to have to do is you're going to have to learn, okay, to make sure you're taking care of the environment around you. Be the queen of your work, queen of your home. Make sure, understand, queen comes at things with love, understanding, but they also can turn cold when they need to, okay, and make the brutal, hard decisions. So the Queen of Coins is about you starting to, one of the things that's going to help it is you've got to master your environment, what you're actually, what you're bringing into the new world. So, into your world. Bruce, I think you misspelled that, but okay. Tarot with an attitude. I like the new background. Thank you, buddy. Guys, Apollo Travel is my HempWorks coffee mug, okay, that I use all the time. That's Bruce Kaler, Orlando, Apollo Travel out of Orlando. He is the reason I use a travel agent. I will always stand up for him, because if you need somebody fighting for you on the phone and you're stuck in some off-the-wall place, this is the guy you want doing it. So sorry about that, Sherri, but this is one of the first times he's been able to make the show.
That's okay. Somebody was asking about emotion code, so I probably should explain that a little bit so that people know what it means. So it's a method of releasing trapped emotions through muscle testing.
Okay.
So you muscle test using a chart to locate what emotion is trapped within the body, and then you use a very simple method of releasing the trapped emotion through using meridian points, and you swipe the meridian point. It's very, very simple. I used to teach it years ago. I used to teach a healing class, and that was one of the components of it. It's a very empowering method for people to release emotional energy on their own. And it works. You don't even need to buy the book. You guys could go on YouTube and look it up, and there are many videos to show you how to do it, but I highly recommend it.
Yeah, absolutely. And another great site for learning stuff is Udemy, udemy.com. That sounds a lot like the EFT tapping that I took. And it uses all the different, the different points. So it's very successful. When I do mindfulness in a clinical setting, we focus on muscle movement, things like that, your auto response systems, and you taking control of them, because that's what's necessary to help you change a subconscious attitude. So that's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
I'm a big fan of tapping as well.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm just going through some of the comments. I'm just showing everybody. Say hi to everybody. Sandra, E. King, Pamela. Thank you guys all for post your questions up here. I'm trying to keep track of everybody. Hey, Toronto. Oh, you're talking to Sandra, and you're in Texas. Man, I love how we could be streaming these with people from all over the world. I mean, it's just incredible.
It is amazing. And through Tarot with an Attitude, I have been able to absolutely do readings for people and have followers on the Tarot with an Attitude YouTube site. Australia, Africa. I have met some awesome freaking people doing this. It's great. And guys, I'm from Florida. So I'm sitting on the Space Coast. For those of y'all who don't know, I'm about an hour east of Mickey. Okay, if that helps, or about 45 minutes or 30 minutes below where the missile shoots off. So that's it. Happy Sunday, Brenda. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Yep. Tell me when Charlene started something. Tell me when.
I think she's talking to someone who said they're going to do this or something soon.
All right. Cool. So let's do this. So we know that one of the things we talked about that we wanted to see, and Sherri brought her pendulum with her tonight. So we are cool, Suzanne. Sherri brought her pendulum tonight. So we're going to attack some of these questions from different angles. So make sure you're asking them. And in the idea of coming together, I find it ironic. It struck me that the card is an 8 as well, as we saw the 8 in the tarot deck. They're both 8s, which is about mastering. To come together, we have to be able to master our emotions. We have to be able to master our environment. We have to master ourselves before we can master other people. So the 8s are playing strong here tonight, with the strength being an 8 in that sun and moon deck. Sometimes it's 11, depending on which deck you use. But what I was going to say then is, let's ask the angels. We need to come together. We need to use strength while you're figuring out the next question. The angels are going to tell us what we need to do as far as coming together. How do the angels, what do we need to know from the angels? And I'm asking Michael, and somebody said I have a spirit next to me, and I haven't figured out if it's one of the ones I already know that looks like Leonardo da Vinci. I think it was da Vinci. I don't think it was Caprio. I think it was da Vinci. Yeah. So let's see what happens here.
Suzanne was asking, or somebody was asking, where I'm at. I'm in Maryland, so right in the neck of the whole metropolitan craziness over here in DC.
God love you.
Yeah, and it's the energy here is very thick, and I feel bad for anyone else in this area. But we did get a nice snowstorm today, so I spent a day sledding with the kids, so that was nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right, with this coming together, wow, man, I'm using all different decks here, and we keep getting slapped in the face, folks, with it coming at home. Well, the green screen's got it because the whole card is green. You can't see it other than the blue. But what it is, it's 39, 3 being collaboration. Think about things coming together, the Trinity. 9 being things nearing completion. 39 brings us to 12. And that brings us to a 3. So we're right back to collaboration. And one of the things this talks about, I'm going to try to get it where you can see it. Heart healing. Heart healing. If we're talking about healing tonight and how we move forward, it's heart healing. And your own heart needs to be healed. So that is what's going on.
Yeah. So, that actually ties in with Pamela. Her question, my emotions seem to be all over the place lately. Do you all have an idea of how long the energies keep me in turmoil? That's an interesting question, Pamela, because I want to say something real quick before Rob chimes in with the card that he pulls for you. I want to remind people of their power. Okay, so when you ask questions like that, how long something's going to keep me in turmoil, I truly, honestly believe that it's our choice. And so you if you switch your thinking or your belief or your intention to I am in control and I am no longer being controlled by this emotional energy, and it may seem like it's not effective right away, but it's all about reprogramming yourself. It takes time through repetition. And so just rephrasing your thoughts and your mindset to I am overcoming this emotional energy. And then what you'll do is you'll do things to raise your frequency, doing things that bring you joy again, being outside in nature, eating high frequency foods, that sort of thing. But also learn to create boundaries around yourself energetically so that you're not influenced by the energy of the atmosphere around you, because unfortunately it's not going to change anytime soon because of the mass awakening and all of the frustration and worry and anxiety that all of that energy from each individual person, imagine, has a ripple effect, and it goes out into the atmosphere, and all of us are walking through it and feeling it, and it's dense and it's uncomfortable, especially for those that are sensitive to it. So if you create boundaries around yourself energetically, you won't be influenced by those energies that are not yours. And I'm assuming that, Pamela, that's a lot of what you're referencing, is perhaps you feel like these emotions are not yours, because that happens a lot. People get angry, and they say to me, I don't think that this is my anger. Where is this coming from? And it's like, and they're probably correct, where it's the anger vibration that they're feeling from their environment, of the collective anger. So it's not always your own emotions that you're feeling. It can be, but if you're feeling like, gosh, this doesn't feel like me, then it's probably not, and it's environmental. And the way to fix that, or the way to help yourself with that rather, is to create those boundaries around yourself energetically. And we could talk more about that later if people are interested in learning how. But I want to see, Rob, what card you pulled for Pamela.
Yeah, and to follow up with that, the first thing I was going to say is nothing is going to just happen. This
Yeah.
is something you have to work on. You have to make it happen. And as I was looking at that, I went to the Enchanted Compass again. And what I got was the card that says details, details. This is following in line just with what Sherri is. You have to be in place. You have to take control of your emotions. Emotions are there for a reason. They're meant to be experienced, but it's how we respond to them rather than reacting to them. So that's what details, details, details. That's what this card's about. The devil's in the details. You've got to be on it when things start going wrong, because remember, it doesn't take much to change a habit. And some of this, yes, we just had the wolf moon, which is a lot of weird anxiety. It's called the wolf moon. It's known that way because it was like the last moon. People in the olden day were running out of resources. It was dead of winter. They didn't know if they were going to have enough to make it through till spring. There's a lot of tension associated with this last full moon that did a lot of this. But some of it is, once we get in that habit, it becomes a habit.
Yep.
And you've trained your subconscious. So now you have to retrain it. And that's what details, details, details. Get up 20 minutes early. Set your intentions for the day. Set yourself. Mm-hmm. So that is exactly, I'm going there, in that this is what we need. Okay, Pam. So you could do it, but a lot more of is in your grasp than just waiting for it to happen. Okay. So a lot of people came in. I saw my daughter. Hey, Bridget, I saw something about Raphael. I don't know what's going on. There were a couple other questions, I think. So yeah, I'll let you get back to those. Yeah,
I skipped over somebody because Pamela's question aligned with what we were talking about. So let me go back up, because there was a question about Trudeau, and that was Brent. I believe.
Too funny. I thought of Raphael and that I hadn't heard from him in a while. There we go.
Yeah, so Brenda's asking Trudeau. I'm sorry, that was a follow-up to somebody else's. Let me go back up. There's so many up here. Okay.
Right.
Sandra, so here in Canada, wondering when Trudeau is going to step down. We know he is on house arrest and seems under duress whenever he's on live on TV.
Okay, I'm not going to go. One of the things I'm preaching is high vibration. Okay. Yeah. If you want to answer that, I'm not doing politics anymore for a while, because people got to step away. This is what we're talking about. We're actually even having that chat with other people about, it's time to keep politics out of this. So if you want to answer that, go ahead. I'm not going to go there. Okay. No, sorry. Love you, Sandra, but that's not what I'm just not doing that anymore. So much energy wasted. It is what it is, you know?
Politics. I only talk spiritual energy, so we'll skip that. Sorry, Sandra, that's not this show.
Yeah.
Okay. Pamela. Well, I'm sorry. I'm missing people. Hey, Red Pill. How are you?
Yeah, they're coming in. Red Pill, what's happening?
If I missed your question, please feel free to type it again because the messages come in so quickly. Pamela was asking that, well, I don't know if this is a question, more of a statement from Pamela, but she says she knows Archangel Michael has a message for her. So is that a question? I'm not sure, or more of a statement.
And if you know he's got here's what I want I want to help people to do. This is what I love. If you know Archangel Michael has a message for you, and we'll look at that, fine. But if you know it, then you can tune in and receive it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's all about getting yourself, your own vibes, your mind, getting into that state where you're open to the messages. So if you know he's got a message, take some practice. Don't wait on people to tell you what it is. Start trying to tune in. So we will do this. I am going to ask if the Archangel Michael has a message for Pamela. If so, what is it? You know? Tell us what you're getting with the pendulum, Sherri. Is there a message for Pamela?
So I'm getting actually not only a yes, but it's a pretty big yes. Sometimes, I don't know if people use pendulums, but sometimes the yeses and nos are very subtle and sometimes they're pretty dramatic. So I just got a very huge yes before I even finish asking the question, which to me means, Rob, you're spot on. What I mean by that is, Pamela, if I'm getting such a high yes, that means that he's attempting to communicate with you directly. And I think that you absolutely can. You just have to raise your frequency enough and move any blockages. But what are you getting, Rob?
And with the card, that's exactly what I've got. Your chakra's out of line. Everything's out of whack. Your energy's off. You have to take some time. This actually comes up, says chakra, light body. And if you see exactly what's going on, so the message here is, Pamela, you've got to tune some of this other garbage out and start getting things tuned in. Take some time for yourself. I was reading a great article this morning when I got up, and one of the things we can do is, you know, we all know I talk about the 20-minute challenge, and I'll go into that on another show or whatnot. But one of the things you can do in the 20 minutes when you get up in the morning, don't ever turn anything on. Stop checking your voicemail. Stop checking anything. Get in the shower, get cleaned up, get ready to go, have your coffee. If you smoke, grab a cigarette, get in your favorite chair, get comfortable. And here's the hard part. Be the hell quiet. Listen to the silence. Okay? Yeah. See what you hear in the silence. Most of us don't know how to tune in through the silence. Okay? And that is where the secret comes in. Because if you can't sit in silence and you can't let your electronics be, if you can't get up 20 minutes early to say, I'm going to be in tune, then at that point, you're not going to be in tune and you're not going to be able to receive those messages. So what I'm actually getting, and I'm actually getting rubbed in the back, you are out of whack and they want you to tune in. They have things they want you to hear, but they are, you can't hear everything they're trying to give you. You're getting bits and pieces, but some of it is because there's too much frenetic energy going on around you. So that's what I'm getting. That's what the cards say. Take what you want, leave what you don't. I'm just trying to offer you how you can tune in and do this yourself. We always want you here, you know, so know that we love you. So that would be, you know, the thing. So this is my daughter, Christina Lee, everybody. So hi, sweetie. How are you?
Oh, I didn't even realize that. I just put her picture too. That's a Hey, Christina. So she wants to know what angel is watching and protecting her.
All right. Why don't you get started with that one, okay, if you want to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at what at least the archetype of the angel. A lot of times with family, it gets a little too close. So I'm going to let you take off on that one, but I'm going to look. Well, I tell you what, while you're getting that, I keep hearing Michael over and over, but I don't know. But my Michael's going, no. There's a different angel. Michael's over everybody. You might be Metatron. That might be where I'm getting yes. Okay. What do you got, Sherri?
I didn't ask about Metatron, but I heard a voice in my head say Archangel Gabriel, and I just double checked and I got a yes. I did get a no for Michael, but it's difficult to answer this question because you can call on any and all of them whenever you want, and they're always there for you. And so, what likely, Christina, you might just be feeling one or longing for one, and maybe perhaps wondering which one to call on is likely what you're feeling. And I knew it was Gabriel. So that doesn't mean that Metatron and Michael or anyone else isn't around you, but that's who came forward for me.
Good deal. And what I've got is this person is here to help you on your way, on your journey. That's what they're here for. We got the Fool card. So this is the archetype of the angel that's there. They're there to help you open up and enlighten and find that true being and comfort. But as you go through different portions of your life, they're there, sweetie, to help you learn who it is. And Sherri said something very important that everybody needs to pick up on. You have more than one spirit guide, and angels come and go. We do have ones. It's kind of like, okay, I'm tagging out for a little bit. Somebody else come in. We are assigned different spirit guides because a lot of them we chose before we came into this life as human beings. But at the same point, there can be multiple. There can be many. There can be, and like Sherri said, I loved it. All the angels will check in on you. Everything will always want to be for your betterment. So that is where we need to go. This angel that I got is about helping you on your journey. So somebody is there. If you find yourself second guessing things, if you find yourself thinking about different things, then you need to be aware and stop and get silent. Okay. And listen to what's going on. And this is where you listen to that gut instinct. What's this telling me to do? Tune into that intuition. We were all given it, and you've got a gift. You know you do, and I know you do. Okay, and you got to learn to use it. So that's the way to go. So find some quiet time. And I know for Christina right now, it's kind of hard. Dogs, boyfriend, everything else, the house. Denver.
Yeah, same here, man. It's hard for me to even carve out this hour without the kids trying to bust down the door. I had a quick thought too, Christina. Just like the archangel, just like us, rather, the archangels have their, what do you want to say, like their specialties, and sometimes when we're finding ourselves longing for assistance from one of them, there's generally one that comes to us to guide us on where we are in our life at this point, because they all do different things. And so I think for some reason, Gabriel is coming up strong for you right now. And so I would just sit and ask for guidance from Archangel Gabriel and listen in silence, because you'll get the answer. Just a lot of people second guess it and they think they're making it up, and you're absolutely not. You got to go with that first message that you get, and don't analyze it. Don't try to figure it out. Just take it, accept it for what it is, because it's usually right.
Yep, I agree. And what I got from the angel card is paddle on. We got this at Tarot with the Attitude Day, and it's our new Tarot with an Attitude slogan. Paddle on. Okay. Paddle on. Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Chill out, relax, listen. And that is a message for everybody that we're talking to tonight. And we're talking about healing and things like that. Yeah, it is. You're going to have to learn to go with the flow. There's a lot of this stuff in this world that everybody got tuned into over the past 4 years that are not in anybody's control. It's somebody playing behind the scenes. So there's nothing you can do about it except be aware of it, be vigilant. So Bridget said for me to check out the Archangel Tarot. Remind me to show you mine. Will do. Be there this weekend. We'll see you. I didn't think about it. I didn't know the angels were going to play such a huge role tonight. But I have an angel deck, but I want to see yours because it's not the Archangel Tarot. So we'll have to check that out. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see it as well. Somebody was saying they got an error message. I think the links sometimes don't work. If anyone's interested in my virtual classes or sessions that I offer, I put my website link in the comments here, and you can find everything you need to know on the website. So let me know if you have trouble. So Sandra, she said, I will change my question. So she wants to know what the best way she can increase her vibration to help the collective in the ascension process. This is a great question. We get this a
That
lot.
is a fantastic question.
Yeah.
And when we're done here, pop your other link back up because I want to remind everybody about our coffee because this coffee and these, I love it. Oh my God, I'm so stoked. All right. So that is, Sandra, no, you never have to apologize. It's just in one way conversations are hard. But we have to let people know what we're doing. And I love the fact this is healing, folks. Instead of getting pissed off and running off and being like, "Meow, meow, meow," you know what? You rephrased your question. This is called a conversation. This
Exactly.
is healing in and of itself. This is how, Sandra, I just got goosebumps. I don't need to pull a card, but I will. Sandra, this right here, what you and I are doing right now, is how we help increase the vibration to raise the collective. It's called having conversation. Okay. Respect, understanding, knowing where people are coming from. The fact that you're wanting to help everybody says a lot about you. So I'm sitting here right now trying to figure out which deck to use. I'm going to go back to the Legacy of the Divine deck. I'm being drawn there. So, so what is the best way to increase vibration? A lot of it is some of what we keep saying over and over again. It's that setting your intentions in the morning or at the beginning of your day. Stop and taking some time along the way to set those intentions and reset, to figure things out, to go, wait a minute, this isn't going quite like I want. Why not? Step away from it.
What'd you get?
The Lovers. Okay.
I love that.
And I love this card. I love this card from this deck. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
And Sandra, one of the things is to remember we've all been commanded to love one another, no matter what we look at. Okay. And sometimes we forget, and this is a deep spiritual love. And one of the things to remember is these are our fellow human beings, and we have to bring them back. And some friends of mine have had people rip a friendship apart that had been in place for years because they couldn't agree politically. And that's just so sad that we got that freaking mind screwed, okay, that we let our politics get between our friendships. And I will say again, I want everyone, it's not politics, it's not even the news. What I want you to do is please go on to Netflix and watch the show, The Social Dilemma. Okay. And you will learn how things are being manipulated. This is coming from the horse's mouth. It's a real documentary. Check it out. Okay. These are people that were execs for some of the major media people, okay, that we're all using. Listen to it, because this is exactly what it's talking about. We're being manipulated. We've allowed ourselves to be manipulated to the point where my politics came in front of my love for somebody. To understand that is a human being, okay? These people you need to understand them. And I've said before, the art in raising your vibration and having a conversation, number one, if you're a praying person, lift them up in prayer. Even your enemies. Hey, I don't know what's going on. My wife's in here in this mix somewhere. I'll say this, Gillian, instead of being right out of the gate, okay, I'm going to send you some positive vibes. I'm going to say, hey, my archangels, God, Holy Spirit, something's off. Would you please help her find what she needs to be happy? Okay. This goes from not just our everyday environment, people, this goes through divorces. This goes through everything else. You have to seek the higher way and to find that when you get hit with bad things, because you're going to get hit, that's just the way it is. We're here to experience that. Okay. But we're here to learn how to respond to it and not react to it. So love one another. And I think an important thing that just got whispered in my ear is love yourself. Make sure you're still in love with yourself.
Absolutely. I think by raising our vibration, it really does have a ripple effect on the massive collective consciousness. And people don't realize the power that they have individually. People always say, "Oh, I don't think I could do. What can I do? I'm just one person." And when we collectively unite with our light, it's a huge, huge deal. And right now, every vote should count. um, every person counts right now, because it's our consciousness. As we raise it, it raises the frequency of the planet and the consciousness of humanity. So literally every single person makes a difference. And the best ways to raise your frequency or your vibration is just through love and self-healing, loving yourself, doing meditations, doing release work, mindful breathing to release. That's my favorite thing, and I do it. Mindful breathing, and throughout the day. I mean, have you guys ever noticed, like, when you take this huge breath? I do it all the time without even realizing it. That exhale just makes me feel good, because I know every time I take that big exhale, I'm releasing whatever frustration or energy is kind of pulling me down in the moment, and it instantly brings me back up. So doing that mindful breathing with the intention of breathing in the energy that is holding you back or that's not of your highest good, and then huge exhales and letting it go. And I'm telling you, it's life changing, because if you practice that a few times a day, every single day, you'll start to feel lighter. You'll start to feel more free. You'll have more clarity. And then just doing things that you love. People have gotten away from that, taking time out of the day, even if it's an hour a week, and you work up to more. Reading a book that you've always wanted to read, or going outside in nature, or spending time with your family or your pets. I mean, just the simplest things. It doesn't have to be anything big, but it makes a huge difference in our emotional well-being. And that's really where it's about. Our emotions drive everything. And that's a lot about what I talk about in my first book, is our emotions are everything, because our emotions are energy. And if we can learn to control it, control our emotions, we can learn to heal ourselves, and we can learn to raise our frequency instantly, because we have the power to do that. Like, absolutely, everybody has the power to do it, but you have to make the intention that you have the ability to do that. I had a session with a lovely woman the other day, and her angel team came through, and they said, you don't need to suffer anymore, because she's been ill for a really long time. And they said, this is a choice that you've made on some level, that you're punishing yourself, and you've gotten so complacent and so used to being ill that you don't know what it's like to be anything else. And you have to take your power back and know that if all you have to do is make the choice that you don't want to be sick anymore, and the universe will respond. You will manifest health and abundance. And it was just such a beautiful message that was a little bit more in depth than that. But the idea is that your intention is everything. Your emotions affect your vibration. It has a ripple effect, because where your vibration is, remember that I keep saying that ripple effect. Imagine the ocean. It ripples out, and that is what the universe will bring back to you. What you put out is exactly what the universe will match, and then it'll send people to you that match that vibration. It'll send experiences in your life that will match that vibration. That's why a lot of people, when they're in that low vibration, they tend to have chronic low vibrational experiences, or people that aren't good for them, just constantly, because the universe is putting back or bringing back to you what you've put out. So
Right.
just having a mindfulness and an awareness, it really is that simple. And it just takes reprogramming, right, Rob? It's all about just reprogramming the mind that I am good enough. I am standing in my power. I can do this. And thanking the universe as if it's already happened.
Yep.
Oops.
No, that's fine. Leave that up. Leave that up. First off, Pamela, real quick, and I think it was Sandra. You guys are so welcome, Pamela. You're awesome, and I appreciate it. We're doing good here. One of the things I do want to take a break, because I got a text from Jay. I'm going to be sending an email out to all my HempWorks people that are on here tonight, that we're having a training at noon tomorrow, and an email will be coming out tonight or first thing in the morning with the Zoom link. So be ready for that. So for those of you who aren't part of the HempWorks family, but you just want to try the product, check it out. That's through Sherri's site. Just go try some of the product. They have things for dogs. They have things for animals. They've got bath salts, everything else. Check them out. We love these products.
Yeah,
It's just
they're incredible.
absolutely phenomenal. And for those of you who are sitting on the fence considering, and you want to do a YouTube thing, remember one of the things you get by joining through Sherri or myself is we get attached. We're already growing these super channels. So whenever you go live on the Quantum Super Channel, 10,000 people are getting notified that you're live because we're all combining our resources. All right.
Mhm.
Now we're on to a new channel we're building up that I'm going to start broadcasting to tomorrow. We're doing a test run. And in I think it's less than 3 or 4 days, we've already got 1,000 viewers on it. Okay. 1,000 subscribers. So you get this and you get our help with getting your broadcasts up and running, and you automatically grab an audience to go live with. So there's a lot of things if you're wanting on YouTube. If you're not wanting on YouTube, you need to just check the products out. They're awesome products. And when you get there, you're going to find out there's a whole bunch more other than just the hempwork stuff. Check them out. There's mantra products, different things, and they are awesome. So with that being said,
Yeah.
so that that's where we go. So please just check it out. Go to the site, take a look at the product, and know that we believe in it. This isn't just something we're doing.
Oh my God. I use probably at least 7 or 8. I have, I just started using the skincare, and like I have a lot of sun damage on my skin because I'm, outside a lot in the summer with the kids. Like, I'm not kidding you. Within 2 weeks, it's all gone. I don't know what they put in it, but it's the most amazing thing I've ever used in my life. Like, it's incredible. I can't even talk. I could talk for hours about it, but I know that a lot of you are here to talk to Rob. So I want to get to.
Hold on. One more. Something just hit me that there's another message for Pamela. And guess what? Oh my God. I just shuffled the whole deck and we went back to the same card. So Pamela, get it together. Okay. Do what you need to do to get in the light. Okay. Get that light energy flowing. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but your angels are. So, that's hysterical. So, okay. Sorry about that.
Check out my website, Pamela, because I can work with you too and do some energy removal, blockage removal, rather. Melody. Okay, so she says someone from her past recently came back into her life, and she wants to know what their intentions are. That's an interesting question.
Yeah, that's good. We'll go. What does Melanie need to know about this person that has coming back into her life? What is there? What do we need to know? And we're just going to ask that question straight up. Melody Love, what does Melody Love need to know about this person that has come back into her life? I'm already be careful, okay? Go slow. I don't know what any of this means because I don't even know if this is all I'm hearing is just because you were friends whatever time ago doesn't mean everything's still the same. So I'm just getting that in my ear. And I would say that if it was my daughter or you, okay, cool. Remember, be mindful, be in the moment, okay? Enjoy what's there right now and wait and see what unfolds. Now we're going to ask the angels, or we've already asked God and Spirit, Michael. Oh, okay. Ish just stepped forward. Somebody help me figure this man's name out. Oh my God, it's killing me. All right. And he's laughing. All right. So, wow. Okay. 4 of Swords. Take a mental break. Go slow. There's battles that he's been through or she's been through that they're taking a break from them because this was strictly about what their intentions are. So there's some past here that they're trying to heal and recover from. You might be having some past that needs to heal and recover from. 4 is about establishing the base. The 4 of Swords is generally, we've been in battles. This battle I can't win. So save the strength up for the next battle. I'm going to try to get this where we can see it. We have red pill. There's your raven, your crow, flying over somebody sleeping on the swords. So I call this my respite card. Okay. Taking care of the caregiver, that type of thing. So with the 4 of Swords, build a good solid base. And swords are all about the logical, conscious decisions and things like that. So like I'm saying, this is telling me go slow. There's some things there you're going to have to discover, and it will come out. Sherri?
Yeah, I was asking a series of questions with the pendulum, and once in a while I'll get a maybe. And really, what that means is things are undecided. And I think, Melody, what that means for this case is that I don't know if this person actually knows what their intentions are at this time. If that makes
Yeah.
sense, some people come into someone's life to test the waters, where it's like underlining, there could be some manipulation there, but they're not necessarily aware of it yet. So I would be just I would allow, I'm getting a yes to allow them in, because I think that there's perhaps a contract there that maybe you guys need to work something out, or things are not finished. But I agree with Rob that I would be just very careful about how much you let this person in, because I got a very strong maybe, and to me that means that you just need to maybe create a little bit of barriers around you and not let this person in fully until you kind of see their actions moving forward.
Yep. Now, and let me say this. Remember, this card is normally very inspiring. We got the star card, okay? But I asked, what are the challenges? Somebody's getting their hopes up. Go slow. Make them go slow if they're getting their hopes up or whatnot. But I asked what the challenges would be in this relationship. So remember, getting your hopes up, having hope, faith, and keeping things balanced is going to be a challenge. So that's what's coming out in this card. They're there. Go slow. Be careful. Okay. So wow, we're already at almost 9 minutes to the hour.
I know this went quick. There's just a lot of hellos and thank yous, which I appreciate. Thank you guys. We really enjoy this. And a lot of people are agreeing with what we're saying, but I'm not seeing any more questions. So if I've missed you, please go ahead and put it back up. And let me know if I've missed your question. But Josh, here's one. Any organite pyramids, but the third eye and immune system pyramids I think this is more of for decalcification. What do you think about with those pyramids? Rob, do you like those?
I love pyramids. There's always something, we talk about sacred geometry, things like that.
Yeah.
One of the things to remember is, they're historical. All right. So no matter what, there's a lot of vibrational energy that those stones absorbed when being built, no matter who did it. Okay. So something that big can put out a lot of vibrational energy. I think it's up to each of us to interpret it. One of the things, though, as far as learning about it, is again to benefit from it. It goes back to what we're saying. You have to get in tune on it on a personal level. Mm-hmm. Okay. You are going to have to start focusing at home, in here. The throat chakra, to me, huge. It's about communication, about what's going on. And then all down in here with getting and tied in with that intuition. So don't be relying on everything else, because there are plenty of things out there to help us, but they don't help if you're not in tune to it. Mm-hmm. So that's where we go. What do you got here?
So Josh, he says he's learned to ascend at will, but he would like any spiritual advice.
Okay. Let's go. I tell you what, I'm going to go with the enchanted compass. Let's see what happens.
We'll get you next, Red Pill. I just saw you. I forgot you posted that earlier. My bad.
Okay. So what we're looking at for Josh Jeffries is what he needs to know. He wants some spiritual advice. So I'm going with the enchanted compass because it should give you direction. If you've learned to ascend at will, let's see what this has offering. You Red Pill, you might, or not Red Pill, Josh, you might be feeling somebody around you. They're trying to tune in. My people left and they're starting to come back in. So if you felt something, that was them getting tied into you. So let's take a look. Here we go. Wow, the word patience just, yeah, okay. Just hit me hard. But then we've got commitment. But you notice this isn't just commitment to that. This is commitment. We have a very masculine hand. We have a female hand. We have earth and flowers and hearts and everything coming together. We have a 36 here, which is the 3 is collaboration. 6 is victory. 6 is overcoming. 9 means things are you're at a very good place, and maybe you've been feeling like you just can't get quite across the finish line, but you're there. So stay tuned in, but don't forget to keep sending out that energy to other people. It's not just you. There are other people involved. That's what I'm getting is you've got to remember the commitment to others. It's not just for you to be able to say, oh, I did it. Okay. It is for you, and you'll be given messages to pass on. Okay. That's what I got.
Yeah, and I just want to add one thing that I got, Josh, really loud in my ear a couple times, is grounding for you. There's something around you with grounding. So I don't know what practices you do to ground yourself, but maybe you can implement a couple more, doing grounding meditations, incorporating crystals into your routine that will help ground you. Going outside for a couple minutes a day. This is my favorite, just going outside a few minutes a day with your feet on the ground, and closing your eyes and asking Mother Earth to help you connect to her. And you just visualize your legs and feet as roots going into the ground and connecting to the crystalline center, and just feeling that energy come up through the roots of the ground and up through your body. And just hold it there for like 2 minutes and you'll feel incredible. But I feel this grounding component around you. So
Yeah.
so that's my 2 cents there.
I think that's where the commitment comes in. So,
Yeah.
and Sherri, I just looked at Calendly. Nobody took the 10 o'clock spot. So if we have some questions we want to get caught up with, unless somebody is trying to come on without scheduling it, we've got a few extra minutes. So
Okay. Let's do one for Red Pill, because he's asked a couple times. So he wants you. There wasn't a question. I think he just said pull a card. For
I think you wanted me to tell you we're going to pull a card. He had the as a spirit animal that came up for him today. I pulled some cards on spirit animals, and I think it was more of a totem for him or a strength. I can't remember exactly what I framed it up to pull it, but it was the armadillo, and I was telling him to be shelled up for the week. Okay. Get ready, be protected, and stand his ground. But at the same point, there's got to be compassion in it. So let's pull a card for Red Pill. What does Red Pill need to know moving forward? Let's do this. Let's just flat go to Legacy of the Divine Tarot. What do we got a message? Red Pill, somebody's visiting you. So, that is, you might feel funky here in a minute because we're tying in, and somebody just came back in and they're cracking up. So I don't know what's going on. So we're going to get some type of message for you, Red Pill. Here it comes, buddy. Let's see what it is. Okay. Page of Wands. All right. Page of Wands is, don't forget to have fun. Be a teenager. Live that spirit. You have goals and dreams. Okay. And right now, you need to tap into that inner teenager and remember life is fun. Remember to drive forward, okay? And this is about fire. This is about passions. This is about goals. But most importantly, is Red Pill. I'm getting all, because things are like, I'm like, everybody hush. What I'm getting to is, there's going to be a teenager that might play a role in your life in the next week. Pay attention. Okay. So I don't know the age of your children or anything like that, but we definitely, what I'm getting with them laughing and everything is like, yeah, you need to, when things get tough, remember, joke, laugh, cut up, and be that teenager. Grab that teenage spirit.
Yeah, I like that. Red Pill, the first thing that came to me actually with the armadillo, it was a kind of a quick thought that and this is only because I know you a little bit now. I feel, Red Pill, you're struggling right now because you are so wholeheartedly in this movement and trying to help people in your community, and you want so much, like, lovingly to teach people and expand their awareness, and you're so passionate about it. But I feel like there's part of you that there's a burden on your shoulder, like you're taking on too much, where, like, I don't know how to say it, but it's almost like you're taking it too, like too much of a burden that you're taking on personally, as if it's your mission to save everybody in your community. And I think consciously and in a human way you want to, but I feel like the armadillo is trying to teach you to put a little bit of armor up around yourself so that you protect yourself too, so that you're not taking on that weight. You know, there's a difference between caring and helping others, and then taking on the weight as if it's your own. And I really feel that strongly for you today. So I think that that is also what that armadillo was showing. So, you know, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, red pill, because you're doing so much, but just don't take on too much.
Yeah, exactly. And there's two things I want to address. One is a statement by Dr. Ace Harden. My question is, why or how do they come to this conclusion that it's connected to witchcraft? I'm assuming you're talking about the tarot. There are old references in the Bible about, in the Old Testament, I mean, way back in the Old Testament, like I believe it's within the, might even be within like Numbers. I can't remember. I got to pull that out. Where it talks about one of the kings, and I believe it was, I forget which one, might have been Saul, I'm not sure, actually didn't know what to do. And they brought a medium in and asked them to bring up Solomon. Okay. So he could speak to Solomon and gain his wisdom, and was condemned for it, and was told, you don't need anybody else but God. Don't talk to them. It was a very short part, different things. Okay. But again, a lot of people have been brainwashed then that this is satanic. I have to explain that I pray to the same God my independent fundamental Baptist preacher, God rest his soul, did. Okay. And I just asked for help me tune in, because thumbing through 3,000 pages of something that is written by numerous people, reinterpreted by another group of people that had a political purpose in mind when it was interpreted, I just need to know. So I'm going for more of a direct connection. Okay. So, but that is why it is. And I've lost many of some old acquaintances over this, just like in anything, you know, in other things, because they felt I was like channeling demons and spirits and everything else. So that's what's going on. And then Diana Wright had a question, Sherri. I have never had it, and I want to do this one before we go. This one caught my heart when I saw it. I have never had a successful relationship. Am I better off on my own?
Wow, I missed that question. I apologize.
Yeah, no, that's okay. We've had a lot, and I love everybody in here chatting away. It makes me feel good. We'll do this one. We'll do the one you had highlighted, and then I guess we need to call it.
Yeah.
But you know, all right. No, you're not better off alone, but you need to learn to be happy alone. If that makes any sense, that's what I'm being told. You cannot look to somebody else to make you happy. You have to be happy on your own and by yourself. Okay. Once you're happy, all right, then it will come to you. All right. I try to tell people all the time, once you're happy, you start doing things you like to do instead of trying to learn to do something somebody else likes to do. And you start doing them on your own. You don't always need somebody else present. So when you're doing that, then you bump into people that are doing things you like to do. Okay. So yeah, am I better off on my own? Depends on how you're going into relationships. Could be if you can't learn, if you can't dial in that this person's not here to make me happy. I'm already happy with or without them. So I'm asking the enchanted compass, what direction, what does Diana need to do? What direction does she need to go with relationships? How do we answer this question? And here we go. Wow. 22, intention. 22 is actually talking about relationships, two twos. Bring them together, you've got a 4. 4 is establishing a good base. And if you see, we've got this bird sitting on the egg, okay? And the bird is holding, the flower that's blow on my brain. My brain's having a thing and all the petals flow away, okay? But the intentions you have to have, if you look, this bird is kind of a little bit smaller than that damn egg.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Set your intentions. Understand. Stop looking for what your skin wants. Wow, I just got hit hard with this. You set the intentions, okay? And let your spirit guide. There's somebody there with you, Diana. They want to bring you somebody, and they've already tossed a couple of people in your path. All right. But the unenlightened side pushes people away. We miss people that way. Okay. So that's what I'm getting. You need to start over by setting your intentions, what you want. Go be happy. Be this bird. Here's what I want. Here's what I'm looking for. Set them out. Think about it. Concentrate out on it. Put a vision board up on it. Write the characteristics of what your mate should have. Okay. Set those intentions and then allow them to come into your life. Okay. Allow the universe, allow God, allow spirit, allow your guides to bring them into you.
Yeah, gosh, I love that. I'm sorry, can't talk. One quick thing that I got, and I'm not going to repeat it as eloquently as I just got whispered in my ear. But what the gist of what I just heard was the amount that you love yourself is the amount that someone will give back to you. Something like that. Basically, the way you love yourself, Diana, is what you're going to attract that same amount of love back to you. And so I feel like there's a little bit of self-sabotage. I don't know what happened to you in your past, and perhaps you were hurt, or perhaps you don't feel good enough, or you don't deserve a better relationship or that kind of love because whatever happened. And I could be wrong, but that's how I'm feeling. So I think that you have to really work on loving yourself. And I promise you that person that will love you will match that. But you have to just take a little bit of self-care and work on that heart center a little bit. And the right one will come, because we don't want to attract the wrong ones. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and while we're here, we're going to be wrapping this up shortly. One of the things Sherri and I talked about, next Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday, I believe, if I've got that right. We will not have a show during Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not competing with the Super Bowl. Okay. Going to take Sunday, and she and I are going to spend time with our families and chill out, have a good time, have a beer, sit back, watch whatever, and laugh and joke. Or I'll watch some of the Puppy Bowl, different things like that. So keep that in mind. Next Sunday will not be on, okay, but the following Sunday we'll be back. And I'm getting a lot of questions. I'm seeing some as we pass by about spirit animals. I can't even see who it was.
I'll go back. I love that. That's one of my favorite topics.
Yeah. So if we can put that off for 2 weeks, I've got several spirit animal decks that we will bring in here, and it will help us define it. Okay.
Sandra. Yeah, we could do that. I love that topic. It's one of my favorite ones. So I have a couple decks as well. So, if we don't get to your question, just try to tune back in the following week, and you can post your questions even before the broadcast has even started.
I love that. Somebody popped in at the very beginning, and weren't even saying hi, and their first thing was, boom, getting my question out there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Do it. Yeah. So if we didn't get to your question today, I apologize. But we'll get to it at some point. So hold that thought, and we'll get to you. I promise, at some point.
Right above that, if we can end on this one, if that's if you're good with that, keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Am I on the right track or falling for deception again? Can we go to that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
It's right above the one you got highlighted. So
here we go. Keeping it simple.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. Keeping it simple. You might grab your pendulum on that one because that's a little bit of a yes or no, but I'm going to look for some guide. Let's go with the compass again. Let's go with the compass. That's what all right. Keeping it simple. You're on the right track or falling for deception again. You can be on the right track and fall for deception. So that's why that might be, a little odd one. So remember, Samson was deceived. A lot of us had good intentions for the past year, and we just got pulled in and we were falling for deception. So listen, so it is it's not either all or nothing, but sometimes you can be on the right track and still get deceived. Sometimes you just got to drive in the ditch to get turned around and get back on the right road. So what I'm getting from the enchanted map as our last poll of the evening, okay, is Field of Dreams. Now, this came up inverted. So the Field of Dreams, Sherri, go ahead. Let me take a look at this one and in relation to the question. And I'm just kind of absorbing the card. So
yeah, sure. Okay, so the first question I asked is, are you on the right track? And I got a yes. And then I asked the second question just to double check, are you falling for deception? And I got a huge no. But then I got this, you guys are familiar with like those proceed with caution signs, like the traffic ones. I literally got that vision and I heard like a voice say proceed with caution. So I just think that means that yes, you are on the right track. No, you are not falling for deception again, but to proceed with caution because you're easily able to be sidetracked if you're not paying attention. So that's what I got.
Yeah, and I've got here 21 Field of Dreams. It's okay to dream. It's okay. And I'm getting a lot of what Sherri got, but I'm getting that it's going to be okay. You're on the right track. Follow your heart, follow your dreams. These are fairies sitting on eggs and butterflies. So there's a metamorphosis. There is a huge change coming. And some of it you might have to change your mind to make everything work. The irony of this card for you is it's a 2 and a 1. So the 2 being relationships are at play. 1 being a new beginning, something starting out. When you bring those together, you got a 3. So there's some type of collaboration. And you notice this is more than one person sitting there. But I always pay attention when the moon is at play in these cards. The moon is always a sign that something else is moving. So you're being perceptive. There's something else playing in the background, but you're going to be all right. Yeah. So maybe not you, but maybe somebody else is being deceived. So that's what I'm getting, because this comes back to collaboration and there's a third party. There is a third party involved. That's what I'm really getting. So you're on the right track. I agree with that. And that's what I first started out with. You can be deceived. The people with you can be deceived. Honestly, they're not trying to deceive you, I don't think, but there could be something at mix here. The moon is always a sign she's a trickster. Okay. And that things are moving under the current. So there we go.
I just followed that up with a pendulum question, and I did get a huge yes for the third party. So that's definitely a potential.
Yeah, that's my big thing. There's a third party that you may not even know about. The other person may not even know about.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Hopefully we got through a lot of your questions. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate the interaction in the chat. We really appreciate just everything about all of you. This is so healing for myself and Rob too. By helping others, we help ourselves. So just thank you guys for joining us this evening. We won't see you next week, but man, the time flies. So it'll be like, no time at all when we see you guys again.
Yep. So
Yeah.
remember to check us out on each of our channels. I have the YouTube channel of Tarot with an Attitude. There's going to start being more things that I have old videos there that aren't here. So you need to go look at that and subscribe. I'm going to be putting some new things up there. Tarot with an Attitude on YouTube. I would appreciate it. And check that out. We have Luminous Playground that we have as a group on Facebook. It's private. Ask to join. Check us out. But there is no politics. We weed it out, but we're not all airy fairy either. We love, laugh, and have a great time. Just kind of like what we're doing here. I'm not doing anything where I can't have fun and be like, oh, sunshines are flying out of my ass. That's just not doing it. We are going to laugh. We are going to have a good time. So I'd love to see you there. Sherri's Hempworks site, Hempworks with an X, Intuitive Wellness. Mine is the same thing, hempworks.com/tarot with an attitude. All right. Sherri, anything else before I close this thing out?
Nope, I think we're good. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And until next time, enjoy your evening.
Take what you want, leave what you don't. But please just know that we want you to leave with some peace, love, and light. Have a very fantastic evening, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye, everyone.